But first off, I want to start the press conference by saying thank you. Not only for supporting the best drag racing series on the planet all year long, but for jam-packing this center to see what's coming next year. For those of you who do not know, my name is Tyler Crossnoe, Series Director of the PDRA, along with Vice President of Virginia Motorsports Park. It's my pleasure to stand in front of you today and talk about you, give you guys the platform for you to put on your skills and showcase your talents as you do each and every race at the PDRA series. As most of you know, I've saw most of you in here just a couple minutes ago, we just completed the Drag Illustrated 30 Under 30 program. We want to highlight our racers that were involved, racers and teams and crew chiefs actually. William Garner, Buddy Perkinson, Kyle Christ, and Nick Schroeder. Another round of applause for you four. Very special program to be a part of. I'm honored to be a part of that as well. Glad to see you four make it in. It's a very prestigious deal and very, very proud of you all. Along with that, if you've not seen the Drag Illustrated that just came out, the PDRA section also highlights 5 young stars that are climbing the ladder towards the 30 Under 30. I sat down with Nate Van Wagenen and Mike Carpenter, Wes Buck, and we all came up with these 5 racers that are the up-and-coming crowd of the PDRA, and we want to recognize those 5 as well, starting with Amber Franklin, Ty Casper, Alyssa Raybon, Nick Shirky, and Evan Salemi. Round of applause for these 5. Before we go into what's new for 2022, I have to make a couple of thank yous, as we always have to do. Without the following, this would not be possible. The first on the list has to go to our huge thank you for our marketing partners on the 2021 season. One of our best years ever with marketing, and it's already looking to be a great 2022. The PDRA is possible due to extensive marketing assistance and advertising for those that are some of the best suppliers for you and your products, as well as us in the series. Leading that charge this season with a new partnership and also stepping up the game is Summit Racing Equipment. They've increased their involvement with the PDRA, and they've also continued to push the new Pro Stars program forward going into next season. By doing so, they are also stepping up their support to sign on a multi-year deal to become the official high-performance source of the PDRA. Schweitzer Dynamics returns to Tidal Pro Nitrous, the quickest and fastest nitrous oxide pro mods on the planet. Hardly time we call it Halsey Nitrous because it seems like that's the only thing that wins these days. I'm going to get fired for that one, but we'll see how that goes. WS Construction moves into the title role for Pro Boost, while the duo of P2 Contracting and Tie Drive slide into the new presenting spot for the quickest and fastest boosted entries in pro mod racing. And while we're going to get on that, I'm going to knock a little side note in this. We just got out of a Pro Mod Summit a couple minutes ago for the Drag Illustrated and a couple other promoters in the Pro Mod series, and we were all talking rules and other things like that, and everything that everybody talked about, and it seemed the roundabout ways, it all came back to PDRA. It wasn't direct and it wasn't titled out, but whenever we talked about tight racing just this past weekend at Bradenton, all the rules packages, they turned to PDRA. When the racers that parked in the winner's circle, Melanie Salemi, they race at PDRA. The best in the world race here. Coming back again, as always, the naturally aspirated gear jamming extreme pro stock category comes back with Liberty's gears and AED competition fuel systems for another season. Real pro stock. Shout out, Limo Guy.
Thank you.
Shameless Racing Pro 632 continues to show growth and exceptional performance across multiple platforms of power adders and combinations, along with continued support from the Shameless Racing team. Drag 965 Pro Nitrous motorcycle returns for 2-wheel action at 6 events, as it did this season, along with the always unpredictable Pro Street class. Magna Fuel Products returns to title sponsor both top sportsman categories, along with additional support from elite top sportsmen coming from Bruce Thrift and Borja Roofing Top. Lucas Oil Products brings back both top dragster categories for some of the fastest bracket racing I think I've ever seen in my life, which is crazy to see when you grew up as a bracket racer thinking, wow, people are bracket racing going 370s and 380s. And it's an astounding piece to watch, and all of you guys are completely talented in top sportsman and top dragster categories. That is also the baddest place in the world to race top sportsman and top dragster. It's right here with the PDRA. Cool Shirt Systems, Pro Junior Dragster, and Classic Graphics Top Junior Dragster both bring back the absolute most competitive classes that we have in junior dragster racing. These kids flat put on a show. If you will watch the qualifying sheets and watch eliminations, these kids are the toughest racers we've got. I can tell you, if you've got to run them in a couple of years, you better have your act together, because they are going to come in and they're going to be tough. Also, putting our local stars on the big stage, we'll have Edelbrock Bracket Bash, presented by Comp Cams, back once again. The PDRA's official partner list continues to grow. This has been a huge deal. Will Smith has done an excellent job pushing this forward. Just a couple of minutes ago, we're going to debut a new release coming out right here, but we also have our partners that were with us in 2021 and continue on this season. VP Racing Fuels, Hoosier Racing Tire, Flying A Motorsports, MVM by Galat, Stroud Safety, Raystar Wheels, Summit Racing Equipment, and Racing Jump. New for 2022, we now have an official insurance provider for the PDRA. We're excited to announce that Larice Motorsports Insurance has just signed on this morning as of the PRI show this year. Along with being the official insurance provider, Larice Motorsports Insurance has signed on as a presenting sponsor of both Elite Top Dragster and regular Top Dragster for the upcoming season. This company was created by racers as they offer hands down the broadest insurance policy on the industry for racers. So we want to say thank you to Larice for coming on board here just this morning. PDRA's major sponsors also continue to grow. Continued support from longtime partners Jerry Bickle Race Cars, Pat Musi Racing Engines, DeServo Construction, Structural Concrete, along with P2 Contracting and P2 Racing. Special thank you goes to all of our general marketing partners and our contingency sponsors who give back to you guys as well. Sustainability is very, very important for the PDRA. We move into our 9th season this year, and we've continued that with great payouts. By doing so, we don't just look at the top payout. We all know diesel's expensive, we all know hotels are expensive, and we take that into consideration as we're working to better our payouts, paying it back more to more racers. We all know the deal. We all show up and we all leave the house, we all want to go win. We all say we're leaving to win the race. If not, we all need to probably look at that. But we're always leaving to go win. But at the end of the day, there's only one winner. When there's a 16-car qualified field, there's 15 guys and girls that are left. It's our goal looking forward to put more money in your pockets. The winner's purse is great and it's pretty and it gets a lot of limelight when it's up top and it's big. But the more people that are not taking home a check or getting some kind of return, how are they going to be able to come back to the next race? We have 8 races all year long. We want you to be at all 8 races. To be at all 8 races, you also get to be a part of Pro Stars if you do good enough in your performance. But we've proved it this year. All you really have to do is support all 8 races, turn on a couple of win lights, and you get a free entry fee to run for big money at Pro Stars. By doing so, this is what's so unique about the PDRA. We look at it from a racer standpoint as well as an entertainment standpoint, and then we put on this new Pro Stars program. Racers earned all these points, and we throw this deal with free entry fee. Not only do you get to race, you get to come out one night and put on a heck of a show at the Night of Fire at Virginia Motorsports Park. We're extremely, extremely excited about this program coming back. We had a good meeting yesterday about some extra things that we're looking to add into that and really make it an event. That's something that has really been on our radar, is building an event, not just a race. We've been a racing organization for a long time, but now it's our job, as well as with help from you all. We're trying to build this, and we want fans in the stands at every race. To do so, we've got to build an event. We have to make it that do not miss, hair on your neck, standing up. It's the spot you have to be, and that's what we're trying to do with PDRA. It starts with you guys, and it starts with us. We're it. At the end of the day, everybody's coming to watch y'all. We give you the platform. We all get to sit back and watch you all put on your talents and just be the badass racers y'all are. Excuse my language, but it's true. There is no better racers, there's no better crews, there's no better tuners than right here than what we have at PDRA. By doing so, we go back to our 6 core facilities. Once again, Galat Motorsports Park with 2 stops, Virginia Motorsports Park with 2 stops, Beach Bend Raceway Park, Summit Motorsports Park in Norwalk, Maryland International Raceway, and Maple Grove Raceway. So we return to our core class, or to our core facilities, with almost the exact same dates as last season, really trying to build that level of, hey, PDRA was here last year at this time. Oh, they're coming back the exact same time this year, and make it really relatable for fans. That way they know we're coming back. They know the PDRA is back, and they want to come watch you all express your talents and take home big, big wins. New for 2022, something that John Sears and I have been working on for a long time, actually, is it's a new small tire category. It's a little bit of old school stuff with a little bit of new school. We're actually going to call it Super Street. By doing so, this will pair it with Pro Street that sits on 3310.5s. The Super Street category will bring small tire cars into the series on 28s, multiple power adders including turbos, superchargers, and nitrous. You'll see popular in the radial classes like X275 and Ultra Street. We'll bring this to 4 events this season, be something new to add to the fold, and just keep building the window of attention that gathers PDRA. We know that the radial stuff doesn't work. We tried it. It worked cool. It sometimes worked, it sometimes didn't. So now we're sticking to what we know, sticking to what our base is, and really trying to grow what the platform, grow the window of people who are looking at PDRA, and by doing so, we think this coming to 4 races will be really neat. We'll have all of our rules out shortly, all of our payouts and championship payouts will be updated for the 2022 season, and we're really looking forward to getting that out. Now I'm going to welcome to the stage my good friend, Mr. John Sears.
Hello everybody, as you know I am the tech director now for PDRA. I've got my first year under my belt, and I want to thank each and every one of you for the acceptance. I feel like I'm part of the family, and the belief that Tommy and Judy and Tyler have had in me, provided me some great co-workers with Paul and Vinny. Really appreciate everything that's transpired this year. Hopefully some of the growing pains that we suffered with bringing you guys into tech and having you come see us rather than make the house calls worked out later in the season for everybody. That was our goal. Our goal was to front load the series with the tech inspections, make sure that you guys were good to go early on, and then you didn't have to do anything after that. You brought your tech cards and everything worked out. So hopefully that worked out. We're looking at doing that again in 22. And once we move on past the actual basic tech process, Vinny and I are going to be looking at your cars more closely than ever this year. The competition is that close that we need to up our level because you guys have all upped your level. So you'll see some different wrinkles in tech. We are going to keep you on your toes. We will not do it the same every race. So you will not be able to find out when we're going to do things. And once again, when you win, you know you have won and your competitors have been checked, you have been checked, and everybody's on a fair playing field. Because we're trying to look at parity, we're trying to look at fairness, and we're trying to give everybody the opportunity to compete. So, any questions? Excellent.
Well, kind of like my driver's meetings, you know I'm short and sweet. I'm going to close this deal. I have to do the same every year. Everybody in this room, you know you wouldn't be here, and you know that I wouldn't be in front of you if it wasn't for Tommy and Judy Franklin. Put your hands together for them. Without them, thank you all for everything you do for the PDRA. Help us promote you. If you've got stories in the off season, if you've got a new sponsor, if you're changing up a combination, whatever it is, reach out to myself, reach out to Jason Reese. We are here to help you. We want to make you a star. By making you a star, we put more fans in the stands, and that's what everybody wants to see. They want to see all you guys out there beating and banging on race cars, taking home those 660-man trophies, and taking home those big prizes that we do every year. Thank you for coming to this. Tonight, don't forget about the championship banquet, Miss Judy's favorite time of the year, as we will kick that off this evening across the street at the downtown Indianapolis Marriott. Thank you all for coming. Hope to see you tonight. Enjoy the rest of the PRI show. Stay safe. Let's have a good evening. Have a great 22. Thank you.
Bottom line, pictures are very important. In the end, that's all you have left. So supporting your photographers, supporting your videographers, the people who cover your races, it's an important thing.